Excuse me.
Yo, it's Guido coming at you. Coffee Talk. Good morning, Pilgrim. How are you?
Good morning, Guido. Good morning, Colonials, Brits, Euros, rest of the world, anybody else who happens to be hanging on to this superb channel. I hope you've all got your tea or your coffee on the go, and we're on for a good 2 hours. And I've got lots to tell you about World of Tanks EU. How about this?
You do?
I had a day yesterday.
Well, do tell. What happened on World of Tanks
Well,
EU?
do you know what I thought? Do you know? Right, my house general took the granddaughters to the cinema to watch Wicked. I wasn't invited because I'm a bloke and I'm not allowed to go and watch girly films with the girls. So that didn't faze me 1 minute because I'd planned my day.
Okay.
I was going to do a solid 6, possibly 8 hours playing World of Tanks yesterday. So I got all my chores out of the way in the morning, and then I sat down with.
Not to break into your story, but I'm going to break into your story. You're probably pretty pleased, right?
Oh, I was
This is great.
Yeah.
I'm about to enjoy myself. All right, I see where this is going. Go
I'm
ahead.
about to have a great day. Well,
So how was the ride then?
it was.
How was the motorcycle ride? About an hour later, was that nice at least?
Yeah, that was the relaxing part of the day.
I'm sorry. I'm ruining it. Go ahead.
That was the relaxing part of the day. Well, I was somewhat north of 40 battles in.
Okay.
When the frustration got enough of me, because I had actually, out of those 40 battles, I'd won no less than 13 games and been absolutely mullered on the rest of it. So I put the mouse down very gently. I put the keyboard down very gently.
Nice.
I then went to that door and kicked the door jamb whilst getting my leathers and my helmet. And then I went outside, got on my bike and buzzed every single car driver I could get close to, nearly knocking wing mirrors off the lot. And then about 20 minutes, half an hour later, I'd calmed down and I'd stopped at a cafe and had a brew and a croissant, because I'm leaning towards the Europeans, not at all. And then came back. So 40 games yesterday, hours of playing to no satisfaction whatsoever, with teams that were made up of celery sticks. Just celery sticks, that's all they are. That's all I can say. And then, of course, I got chat banned. There you go.
Oh, nice to top it off. You started raging and then couldn't control yourself.
No. So, World of Tanks, I hate you.
I raged at a guy the other day. What was I running? I want to say it was the CC Mark 1 or something. Maybe it was a heavy. He was in a Type 4. Oh, I was in the Kirovets. I was in my Kirovets. So I was up front. It was a tier 9 and 8 battle. So I was up front on that. The one with the big castle in the middle. I know that describes several. Anyway, go down to the low city area. I push forward. Of course, I'm the only guy. I take hits because generally that's what I do. I try to force a situation. And of course, then people start falling. Well, I get to a corner and I'm trying to work the corner. Timing it. They got 3 guys stacked. We got 3 guys stacked. 2 on my left. We're doing the thing. I pop out to shoot and I try to back up, and then I've got a Type 4 heavy just pushing me out.
You're like, yeah, obviously.
Which he'd been in the back the whole time. So then I can't get back because I'm not going to outpower him. So I try to bolt forward to get to a building that's across the opening. Well, what are the odds I made it with 4 tanks sitting there? 0. They all shot me in the side, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm out. And that's where the rage typing happened.
Yeah, you've got to think that there are certain special type of people that come and play this game at times, and those special certain types of people are the ones that were released from the lunatic asylums some years ago and allowed to roam free. There you go.
Who knows, man? Could be a 12-year-old. Could be somebody. They're probably in sniper mode, trying to push out and shoot with their big, Type 4 gun, and didn't even see me.
You're being kind now. You're being nice.
It gets into the whole discussion about supporting weakness. Like, well, you gotta understand and all that stuff. I'm like, well, I can understand, but at the point of impact in the gameplay, you know, that's what I got. I got a guy pushing me out. Right at that point, I don't much care why that's happening, you know. But
I think where it's at, I think where it's at is that you invest enough time, energy, and of course money into this game. So when you play, you make considered play most of the time. 90% of the time, you look at it, you look at the team, you look at the map, you look at the setup, you look at your own team. You then make conscious decisions to go somewhere and do something. So when that's also with the flexibility to be able to change that when necessary. So when you get to a place where you need to set up and do what you were planning to do, and then you have some complete and utter buffoon do something rather stupid like that, you go, okay, I've invested a lot of time into this, and you're just mugging me right off. You know what I mean? It's just that's why it becomes personal, because you put so much effort into trying to get better and be good at it, and then you get a buffoon who then does stupid things, and you're like, do you know what? I'm just wasting my time here. You know?
Yeah. And I think
it's a game. Then you press button.
Yeah, I think the manner in which you correct them is important.
Yeah.
You know, profanity
Yeah.
and popping off and going crazy and all that is not proud of that. I shouldn't do that. But what I find is a lot of people get angry if you say anything, even if it's constructive. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
well, dude, you just did that. I don't know what to tell you. I'm trying to help you out.
Yeah.
So I get way better results, as everybody knows, if you just say something like, hey, you know, that wasn't helpful, or next time look out for me, or hey, did you know you pushed me out, or whatever. You don't always get a reaction, but if you're going to get a good reaction, you really have to do it that way. Tell them they're a you know, effing whatever. It's probably not going to get much.
Sorry, go on.
It's not going to get a good reaction, I don't think.
No, and the thing is that in all honesty, I don't get as much satisfaction out of that type of reaction than one that I say, you blah 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 effing blah 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 blah. I get far better satisfaction out of that, and I leave the game thinking, huh, told him, didn't I? Huh.
But if you've ever played
like more gaming, who cares?
You've played soccer, you know, with your bros, or maybe in a league or something. Like if someone on your team does something epically stupid, something that they've been told not to do, or you've practiced to not do, or whatever, there's a correction. There's going to be leaders on the team. There's going to be the coach, the other players, and they might even get in their face and go, what in the fuck are you doing, man? What are you doing? And I realize this is 30 strangers and all the things we always talk about, but I don't know. I want to try to win the game, so when people are idiots, absolutely. What we got? 12-year-olds are known for, I don't know. Maybe they're 4. I don't know, Cliffy. 8, 7?
72-year-olds.
Normally they give you the fallback command. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Fallback when you're up there fighting, or you've been abandoned and they're running away and they're telling you to fall back, and you're in the slow tank. You're like, dude, I can't fall back. Why are you even doing that?
Yeah.
Drive in front to steal. Yeah, I like the one where I get side scraping. Next thing I know, I'm in sniper mode trying to side scrape, and then I see a big hole go in front of me. I'm like,
yeah. Like, really? Seriously? Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And then they're rushing forward to die at their spot so that they have a tank.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
You want to know there's one special thing that drives me the craziest, and it's kind of a weird niche thing. On Lakeville, I think it's is Lakeville east-west spawn or north-south?
No, north-south. Yeah.
Okay, north-south
Lakeville
spawn.
is the valley, isn't
so
it?
on the north
It's the valley,
spawn, I think it is, when you go into the city, you go down the road, there's a corner with a tree.
Yes,
That if you knock it down in the right direction, will give you camo so you can sit on that corner and hit people when they... Now, it's dumb because they have a tree, but the other side doesn't. So, honestly, if the tree went away, it probably should. There's also a little bush there, but if you add the tree to it, it's a great little spot. My pet peeve is when I see a fast tank hauling ass down that road, I'm just hoping they don't knock that tree down incorrectly.
Yes! Yeah, you're like, that's my tree! Why are you doing that?
I have to admit, I have blocked people before to make sure I get to the tree so I can knock it down correctly.
Yeah, absolutely. I have done so many things like that. So, no, you're not having my spot. I'm taking it, and then I'll sit there with reverse on, so they can't push me out.
Yeah. So for all my BS about do this and do that, that is one thing I did. The other day I was in the Curavets actually, which is a surprisingly fast tank, and I think I might have a turbo on it.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't. Anyway, it's surprisingly fast for what it is. A 5100 was coming up behind me, and I sort of did a little chicane, and then right before the tree, I just slammed the brakes on, and he hit me, ran into me, so I could then adjust, because you got to adjust the hole, because you got to knock it down, a little bit diagonally.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, and I knew what I was doing. I saw him coming up, so he tried to go around me, so I sort of shifted, and then when I got to the tree, I jammed the brakes on, and then I knocked it down. And what do you think a 5100 that's rushing into the city on Lakeville did next?
Oh, he just went and died.
Yeah. Ran out, got 2 shots out of his 5 or 4, whatever's there, and blew up. Yeah. So. Yeah.
Absolutely. All good fun. I mean, to be honest, 40 games. Let's say they definitely weren't all 15 minutes a game, but 40 games is about my daily limit. And if I've got time to sit and do 40 games, then my patience limit has gone way before that, round about the 25 game minute.
Yeah.
So then it becomes a matter of pride. I'm doing this. I've got 6 hours on my own. I'm doing this. So, and it becomes almost click the button.
It is frustrating when you know you have some hours and you're like, all right, I'm going to sit down, I'm enjoying myself, and then it just immediately goes badly. That's purely on us to keep our own emotions in check and deal with. But it's still frustrating. You're like, God dang, man, I had like 3 or 4 hours. I just wanted to, even 50% would have been fine. But now
exactly. I wasn't asking for anything wonderful. I was just asking for a fair shake. But when you get 12 out of 40, and I just logged on this morning and had a quick couple of games, and again, it was 50% this morning. So I'm happy with 50% because it means that I'm holding my own. But when it goes below that, when it's 12 out of 40, you're like, it can't all be me.
Right. Or you're just in that streak, you just
operate.
Yeah. You just got that streak where and honestly, when you're playing well, a lot of times you say you're playing well. A lot of times it's just you happen to get on the teams that pulled out some wins for you. So, and it doesn't take many out of 40 games. If you'd have won another 5, you'd have probably felt fine, and that's not really that many.
Yeah. If I'm hitting 50%, then I'm happy. That's all I'm asking for from this game. This game doesn't give me 50% very often.
Yeah, Cliffy, that's something I've been trying to rethink lately. I just don't want to go into the valley, but I keep finding myself. Here's what I don't understand: how it is that when I go city, and I'm only there with 1 or 2 people, they send 5. I can't figure it out. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Probably because they're smart people and they look at how their team deploys and they don't go there. I keep getting caught out in the city.
That's exactly the same as me.
Yeah.
I almost have a phobia about the valley. I don't want to go to the valley, but when I look at the games afterwards,
everyone's in there.
In that particular map, I'm thinking I should have gone the valley. I should have gone the valley.
Well, I'm in a Curavets with no depression, but I don't go valley anyway, even if I have gun depression. So I don't know. I just don't want to go in the valley and play bumper cars with people and play hold down peekaboom games. But I guess that's how
I like the maneuverability of being on either an open map or within a city, because if you're in the valley, we all know if you're at that point, it is just who's going to be the person who pokes the most to get the hit most, that dies the quickest, and then of course you get the run over. So unless we've done it before, unless you've got a team that focuses the valley and you've got 5, 6, 7 tanks just pile over and just take the thing, then I think that's one time you and I played together that particular tactic worked, because basically 2/3 of the team went the valley, so the only option was to push.
Yeah,
do it,
I think even with I used to say this, if you had a platoon and did it well, you could push the valley, and we've done that in the past, but I'm not even sure that works in the valley anymore, because so many tanks go valley now. Even if you tried to push a platoon in there, they're probably gonna.
Yeah.
And only so many tanks can shoot at one time in the valley,
Yeah.
And then you're just getting bombed by artillery constantly, and then there's the TDs in the back. If you try to make any kind of valley is just dumb, but that's where a lot of people seem to go. And what you see what I hate to see is I get 2 or 3 in the valley, 2 or 3 in the city, and the rest are sitting back camping. You're like, well, shit, we're gonna definitely lose one flank or the other.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely. You can see the flank go before the team even deploys.
Yeah.
Fully deployed. I tell you what, is another map which is very different on EU than it is on NA, is proc. If you do proc on EU, invariably almost nobody goes to the hill.
Really?
Everybody goes and yeah. I mean, maybe 1 or 2 with
Yeah.
a TD behind on the hill at the behind to back up, and that's about it. That's what you see in the EU. Whereas the NA, it seems a bit more considered. You always get 1 or 2 heavies that'll go to the 7-8 line and just do the peekaboo across that, but then you get 3 or 4 mediums and a TD will go to the hill, and then the rest of them will camp on the 1-2. Is it the 1-2 line? The other line, 8-9 line. But that's NA. It seems a very more considered tactics by most people playing NA that I've come across.
I've seen a couple games recently on NA where my team sent like 2 people to the 1-2 line.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
And then where they all, and it's always the side that has the island.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
And they all go, like 4 tanks go to the island. You're like, what on earth is going on here?
Yeah.
Last time I went Valley, block mission, ended up all alone, but got the mission done and held. There you go.
It's all right, isn't it? Yeah, if you get that, if they keep trying to shoot you, and you've got the right tank, you can sit in the valley and just stop anybody pushing, I guess. Excuse me.
Try to constructively help them out. Yeah, people don't like being corrected.
Yeah.
Alrighty. What else is going on with you,
Where are
man? I did not do my fence.
You didn't? Oh my word! You're cruising for a bruising.
I am. I'm being a bit stubborn. Do you know what the temperature was this morning when I woke up?
I bet it wasn't like here.
70.
Yeah, well, that's warm to me, so I don't know what you're talking about.
No, that's warm for us in the middle.
Oh, is it? Oh, 70.
Yeah, 70 Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I don't know what the humidity is. It must be high because I've got condensation all over the windows. 94% humidity.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
You've got to be doing jaws outside in that sort. You can't. I mean, you can't air condition the outside, can you? So you're going to have to just cope with it.
Now, sometimes I open
yeah.
the door and try, though.
Do you? Just have that waft of cold air as you walk past the door. Yeah.
We sat on the porch, watched the football games yesterday, so that was
Excuse
good.
me.
That was what I did instead of doing a fence.
Well, actually, there are priorities in life, and if it's beer and football, then that is definitely a priority over chores and fencing, to be honest, in my opinion.
A couple decent games, yeah. A couple decent. I made it's a stupid viral TikTok recipe, but it's doner kebabs.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I did mine with hamburger because I couldn't find any minced lamb, but put the hamburger, mince up an onion, put in the spices, paprika, oregano, coriander, some other stuff in there. Kind of spice it up a little bit. Mix all that stuff together. Then you take 2 pieces of parchment paper, put like a circle of the meat in the middle, and then you spread it out with a rolling pin. So there's 2 pieces of parchment paper with the meat in between. And it's super thin. Then you roll the parchment paper up so you can cook it.
Okay.
I had 3 of those. Put those on a pan, chuck them in the oven on 350 for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, something like that. Cooks it all. Then when you pull it out and pull it off of the thing, it makes like thin strips.
Oh,
breaks it up.
Looks
because if you go to a kebab shop, they're slicing it off, right?
They slice it off. Yeah.
So it's a kind of a way to make it look like that, more or less, without having the big thing, without having the big turn thing in your house.
Rotisserie.
The rotisserie in your house.
That's the word you have to.
Yeah. And then I made
Who goes out and buys a rotisserie for domestic use?
Right.
Nobody.
Made some tzatziki sauce with some Greek yogurt and mint.
Proper on it yesterday, then, weren't you? You know what I mean?
Chopped up some raw onions, chopped up some tomatoes, some cucumbers,
nice one.
lettuce. Put that on top. Put the tzatziki. I made spicy tzatziki for me because I like that.
Did you have an apron with Stavros written on the front? Did you change your name to Stavros?
Well, I have a little French maid outfit that I wear when I do that.
Whoa! Can't get that out of the brain now. That's terrible. Oh man, it's Sunday afternoon. I've been to church already. I don't need to go back. Good grief!
Oh man, no, just a t-shirt and shorts. Had the football going on?
Yeah. Sort of middle of the road for my team, anyway.
It was good, man.
Yeah. The
Right,
thing
Grindle?
is, if you're sitting watching football, drinking beer, what you probably know this. What you have to do is justify that to your house general when it comes to the fence chore. Is that
How
you need
do I tie
time
that?
to plan.
Okay.
You need time to plan and think it through because you want to
right.
make a good job the first time round. You don't want to have to revisit it because it's
Right.
hashed. So if it takes a couple of months of planning, prior preparation and planning prevents piss poor performance, the old 7 Ps. That's how you get it past the house general. I don't know how quick or how long that would last with the house general, but you might get 30 seconds out of it.
I get that from the house general on occasion. She says I'm going to do this or that or the other in the house, and I'll come by and she'll be watching TV, and I'll be like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Not that I'm telling her she has to do it. It's just always funny." She goes, "I'm just planning in my head how I'm going to do that." So I like your idea, man. It's been used in this family before, so maybe I'll have to do that.
They are. It's not something new to the family. There you go.
Right.
It's a standard, isn't it? Do
So,
it right first time.
I've done the major demo, and now it's the minor cleanup demo. That always, because that's not as satisfying.
Yeah.
I do need to get to it though. Maybe next weekend. Maybe
it's
after.
a New Year project. That's.
I know, but I've been told it needs to be done by New Year's party, so I'm really starting to crimp my style a little bit. Yeah.
Stuck. Yeah, you are stuck. Oh well, there you go.
I also don't want to be out there in 70-degree weather messing around with it with all the humidity and the mud and well.
Here's the thing. Then, what you can suggest to the house general, I'll start that work at midnight and work through. And then she'll go, the amount of noise you're going to make doing that, it's not happening. Well, it's 70 degrees and it's 95% humidity during the day. I really need to do this at night time, or maybe delay it till it's a bit cooler in the January.
Well, you have a lot of options, man. I like that.
I got a book here. It's called Many Excuses. There, look.
That is the life training that a senior NCO has that you can't.
How do you get out of it? Colonel asked you to do this. Sergeant Major goes, well, actually, Colonel, that's possible, but possibly.
But here's the reasons why that's not happening today. All right, man. What else is going on? We got good shawarma wrap. Yeah, I love that in Germany. The Turkish kebab shops.
Yeah. In Greeks over in Germany, they do the food proper.
Yeah, and the Turks would do the spicy sauce. The Greeks not so much for their heroes, but the Turks would have the spicy stuff. Really good. All right. Let's see.
How's the 100 Battle Challenge coming up?
We're cruising along, guys. We got what are we working on? We're working on the Kirovets. That one's, I think, going okay. Where are we on that? Yeah, we're 50-50, 18 battles. We got the Kirovets. We're doing the Progetto 65. We're getting close to finishing that. Having a pretty good run with that. We're at 59%. Grom.
Oh, that's good.
Sitting at the Grom at 55. We got the Nomad sitting at 60. They're all in the 60-odd battle regime. The CC Mark 1 is challenging me. He's sitting at 45. Still haven't figured that one out. The Kressel. This is a weird tank, but it's actually not bad. We're doing okay with it, I think. 62%, but low battle count with that. Prototypo 6. This is a pretty fun tank. It's basically, I can't really feel much difference between this and the Progetto. They're very similar. This has a little bit more armor, but otherwise very similar tanks.
Okay.
And that's what we're doing.
That's good.
Messing around with the Object 752. We're at 51% with it. This is pretty good. This is kind of a little monster.
I like the 752. It is a little bit of a monster, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a heavy. It's like a pocket battleship, really. It's like a little pocket heavy. And that's it. That's what we're doing with that stuff.
Nice
what else
one.
we doing game-wise? Not much. We're just waiting for Christmas, though, aren't we?
I think so. I mean, I'm resisting buying stuff just
Yeah.
purely because it's Christmas coming up. You know what I mean?
Well,
The black market sale didn't do anything for me, so it didn't spark my boat.
Yeah.
EU is free to play, so I'm not buying gold with that. So my NA account is sitting just waiting, really, more than anything.
Right. Well, let's get the blue lights out, and we'll see what we got going on special-wise, fellas.
Battle Pass is interesting. You've got a couple of boosters for Battle Pass, haven't we?
Yeah, there's one, but if you haven't bought it, you'd have to really play a lot today and maybe tomorrow, because Battle Pass ends on the 25th. So it's not tomorrow, Monday, but it is Tuesday. Really, today and tomorrow are your last 2 days with Battle Pass. So do not forget that, guys. Remember, since Battle Pass is ending, no kidding, for the year, you have to use your tokens and your vouchers. Vouchers for this chapter, and any tokens you've been saving up, you have to use. They don't roll over to the next year's Battle Pass. So they rolled over between chapters, but they will not roll over to the next Battle Pass. So make sure you do that. Yeah. I'm at stage 32.
Point, yeah.
So moved along pretty good. I don't have too much left. I'm gonna end up using some gold to do it.
Which chapter is this? Your fourth one?
Third one, fourth counting the special one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is no longer showing. Did we have 2 special ones for this?
I think we did. It felt like we did. We had one at the beginning, didn't we? And then there was another one that was just some sort of collab, wasn't it?
I think there was a special one for each chapter this year, at least. I don't know if any of the chapters had 2. It kind of seems like they did for this one, but maybe not. But I finished 2. This one I'll use some gold. I won't get through the whole thing, but that's all right. So that's going on with Battle Pass. There are some Thanksgiving specials. If we go over to the website here, that there's something going on now. I got it written down. Give me a second as we figure this out, because there's several things actually.
Yeah, Bruce, I'm only on the second stage myself. Even though I've played quite a lot recently, I've not done catch up on Battle Pass at all. But for a free-to-play account, I guess I should do on my EU just to get all the goodies, because I'm not paying for him. But yeah, it's finding time and the will. When you do a 40 battle day, and you're not even getting 15-20%, then what's the point?
Yeah, so Battle Pass ended 2 days. Thanksgiving specials, there was some drops from the 21st to 24th. There'll be more drops from the 26th to the 28th. And then there's a Thanksgiving mission that starts on the 24th to the 28th. And somewhere in there is update 1.21 or whatever the next one is, which will be the Christmas update.
Yeah, the preload's already come down, hasn't it?
Right. There are WCI drops right now, so if you go over to Twitch and you watch that particular, the competition that's in China, you can get some drops out of that. So you might want to do that right now. Open up a tab and turn that on. And then spend any of your well-deserved reward tokens from last year. If for some reason you're sitting on those, I don't know why you would be. Go into the depot, find those, and spend those as well, because that'll go away, and then the next well-deserved reward is going to show up, I think, at the end of the month here. Not too long from now, really.
No, it's not that far away, is it? Thinking about it.
Yeah, so let's see. Let's look at all that stuff. We've got... All right, the preload is, as Pilgrim said, right now. And there was a date for this. I want to say the 25th or something like that. For 2.1.
Was it not? Is it not normally a Tuesday? Yeah, it's normally a Tuesday, isn't it?
Yeah, it might be this Tuesday. I guess it probably is this Tuesday when Battle Pass ends. So that's my guess. The Black Friday stuff is right here on this article, and this is just selling things, guys. You've got the Progetto, the Type 5 Kari, Turtle, Schwartz, Panzer, and the 2 black tanks. Remember years and years ago when everything was black, starting to be about Black Friday, and then Wargaming made some tanks and they just painted them black and.
Yeah, like that T8. What was it? T28? No, I can't remember what it's called now.
IS-6B and T-34B are 2 of them.
That's it. T-34B.
Oh, the Schwartz Panzer. At least they used the I think the Schwartz Black. I guess it is, right?
Yep, German for black.
Yeah, Schwartz Panzer, the Black Panther.
Hence the name
Panzer.
Schwarzenegger.
some 2D styles and stuff are out there. More things for sale, whatever. And then the missions. And this is starting on the 24th, so tomorrow. And they're small. It's just easy to do. 3,000 damage. We've got a 3,000 base XP over any number. Top 10 required. Win 3 battles. And it's not much, but you've got some 2D styles, a couple decals, and some kits, which are always nice to get chucked at you. And then Black Friday. These are the drops, guys, that I talked about. Right now, so there's two things going on. You can do the WCI drops, and at the same time, you can be getting the Black Friday drops until tomorrow. So that's really today, which is cola and some kits. And then Thanksgiving on the 26th, same thing, cola and a 2D style at the end of it. So just small stuff. If you're interested in chasing that down, go for it.
Just on a side note, because I'm flicking through my depot in EU. If you've only got a small account and you're working through stuff, it's surprising how stuff builds up in the background. You don't know, because I've just looked at my retraining orders, and I've got 88 retraining orders sat there. But because I'm only running 3 lines on the EU account, so I'm grinding 3 lines because I'm not trying to do the whole lot. Of course, my crews don't need retraining as often as much, so in the background, things tend to build up a lot, and it's worth having a look.
Absolutely.
It's definitely worth going through stuff and having a look and going, oh, look at that. Didn't know I had that. Let's use them.
To include going through your decals and stuff every once in a while to see if you've picked up some that are sellable.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you also tend to get a decent amount of camo, because sometimes when you're free to play and early on, you're a little tight on camo.
Yeah, absolutely, because it costs, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, but anything that gets you a little, because we always kind of scoff those 2D camos, but if you're running a free to play or you've got a new account or you
3% camouflage, isn't it?
Yeah, you can just pick up some camo along the way and good to go.
Yeah.
So that's actually pretty useful.
It's definitely worth doing housekeeping, isn't it?
Yeah.
Throughout your garage and all the rest of it, sort of thing. Yeah.
It's just doing that while you're talking about it. Days Gone By. Oh, that's the Walking Dead one, The Days Gone By. So I picked that up along the way. All right. This is kind of odd to me. Here is the highlights of the week, right?
Yeah.
How come the patch isn't on there?
That's interesting, isn't it? Yeah. How come the patch isn't on there?
Why? I don't understand that. Why would you not put the patch? That seems like a big deal. But it's not there. These are those offers. Here's your boost, your battle pass, and again, you'd have to play a lot today. It's only 350 points. Like, what is the mission anyway? Maybe it's pretty easy. Last salvo mission. Your mission.
Yeah, they've not described it. There's no details with it.
What?
Yeah, because I had a look at it last night. I was like, well, what's that mean? What's it going to give me? What's it do for my $6.41?
You can actually find it in the store and the client. I think in the store and the client.
Oh, does it tell you that?
Yeah, if you go to the Battle Pass tab. Last salvo. Boy, here it is. Make one final push. Be sure. Okay, no, maybe not. There it is. All right. One mission with the reward. It doesn't. Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Complete one game. Is that the whole thing? Yeah, Diablo. They do. Oh, they sell everything now. Check it out. It's right here. Well, you can go through where this thing I was showing you with the on the webpage, but it's basically here. Last salvo, $6.41, or that's just doing it through the client. It'll take you to this page either way, so you're going to go to the page. But $6.41. I did the math. 350 points would cost you about $10 in gold. If you were going to actually go buy the gold, then use it for buying Battle Pass points. So it's roughly a $10 value for $6.41, whatever.
Or you can use gold if you've still got those options.
That's sold Diablo. Diablo's back. It's like, I didn't realize the deals were so good. All right. Yeah, they sell everything basically, more or less at this point. I mean, you can buy stuff that have bonds. You can buy stuff that have just about anything. All right. What else did we have? Pilgrim, that was that. Premium Shop has a lot of stuff, nothing you probably want. Again, it's Christmas boxes are around the corner, so why you would be buying Black Friday deals? I mean, I guess the Progetto is a good tank. The Kauri, if you like TDs, is a good tank. But the Schwartz, the T-34 Bravo, and the I-6B, although they're a decent price comparatively, unknown why you would buy those right now. Turtles in there as well. This is silver and gold and stuff that you're going to get for much cheaper with boxes. So my recommendation is don't bother with that. Judgment Day is back around, so the T832 is in there. For some reason, you really just had to have the Terminator tank. This is interesting. Here's a Type 59 and a DZT-159 with these fancy schmancy 3D styles. So those are going to be otherwise unavailable if for some reason you just want to have those. But there they are. The T30 or the Type 59 is $37, but you're also getting some other crap. Decals and stuff.
There's one thing. I've just bought one of the Battle Pass supply lines just to find out what it is. Be amongst the top 10 players of your team with the following parameter: experience. Okay. Destroy one enemy vehicle. And be amongst the top 10 players in your team for damage caused. That gets you your 350-point progression for Battle Pass.
Okay.
So you can do all that in one game.
One game. All right, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. For $6, you can crank your Battle Pass up 350, and you can do that today easily. Marcus, how you doing, man? New this season? Yes. No. Okay. First question. Pass ends. Is there a new one? No, there isn't. The Battle Pass won't start again until next year. Generally, I think March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Yes, about March. So we're gonna have a Christmas season that'll go into January, probably a lot like console did. And then there'll be a Chinese New Year thing. There's probably gonna be there'll probably be a black market situation. There's usually a couple things that go on. There'll probably be another. I think last year we actually had some kind of marathon that wasn't Battle Pass related. I think, like a mini Battle Pass or something.
Yeah.
But expect it to start in March of next year. So any of your and if you were here or heard me, I may be repeating myself to you, but make sure you go into your Battle Pass here on PC and spend all of your what are they called?
Yeah.
Spend your
things.
Tokens and vouchers and Battle Pass vault points if you got that far. Basically spend everything in Battle Pass because it doesn't roll over to the next year.
No. Also, we're talking, because we are blue lighting at the moment, if we're talking purchasing items from the store, it took me a long time to figure this out, but I've figured out that if you buy premium days, the normal sort of premium days, what do they call it? They call it,
premium.
Come on, premium account, there you go. Yeah, if you buy premium, it's far cheaper to buy premium than it is to get any other package. So if you want to get gold to buy days, see what I thought about my free-to-play account is that if I ever wanted a premium account, I'd just use gold to buy one day. But when I actually looked into the store, you can get 30 days for effectively $6 or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's cheap as chips to buy premium days. That
Yes.
gives you all the benefits of a premium account.
Right.
So although I call it free-to-play, occasionally if I want premium account to run like I did yesterday, because 40 battles, I thought I might as well set up premium account instead of using gold to purchase those days. I just went in and bought it from the store. Far cheaper way of doing it than using your gold to do it. Yeah,
I think a lot of people probably do it that way, because the hardcore players like me, I've got a lot of days stacked up because when I was CC, thing I've said a million times, blah blah blah. So not a factor for me, but I think other people probably do that a lot. They might not play the game over and over for 6 months in a row, but they might come and go, get interested in it for a month, and they'll crank up premium, buy 30 days, play it, and once it's gone, they stop and they move on to a game and maybe come back later.
Yeah. Yeah,
know?
I mean that for me that's more cost effective than because I don't play the EU account as often enough as I should do. If I'd gone like yesterday, if I was considering doing 6 hours, then it's worth paying for 30 days worth. It's $6, $7, something like that,
Right.
for
Yeah.
30 days worth of premium, just to get the added bonuses back.
You'd pay well more than that if you went out and had a coffee or went to the movie or did whatever. So if you're
There
gonna,
you go.
and then
Yeah.
and you have 30 days, which means for 30 days, if you play 2 weeks from now, you still have your
Still got
premium
it.
going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not necessarily a bad deal overall. Diablo makes a good point. The battle pass is worth it, especially because you can actually do it for free. Now, the real good goodies are you probably need to pay for it to get the improved. But battle pass chucks a lot of stuff at you. Going back to your point earlier about stacking things up you don't realize, you're still going to get stuff by playing free to play. There's really kind of levels of free to play, isn't there? I mean, there's the no kidding, I refuse to spend a dime.
Yeah.
There's what you're talking about. Occasionally I'll chuck a few bucks at it, but I'm not really going to just stack up everything like Watt Plus and Premium and Battle Pass Improved and all the other stuff. And there's just everything in between all of that kind of thing.
Yeah. Which was why things like Frontline was an absolute bonus to free-to-play players, because not so much these days because they've changed the parameters, but you could rack up the credits on Frontline like nobody's business. I mean, you could make, in a Frontline season, you could probably make 10, 12 million credits. There's your tier 10 tank bought for,
right?
Just by playing the game. So, but they've changed the parameters on it now. I think you get less silver for front lines now than you used to. But hey,
a good premium is definitely worth it because it cranks that extra silver out, that extra experience.
Yeah.
These days, if you pick the right one, it's actually even also a very good tank, which can help with win rate and all that, and learn the game and all that stuff.
Yeah. Are we talking OP? Yes, we are.
Yeah, I mean, you get a Burr or a Progetto, you're in good shape, medium-wise, right? You grab an LT-432, you can probably do most of the missions for a light tank with that thing. Or an ELC even 90. Geez, I can't even believe I said LT-432. What am I even thinking about?
Well, I've got both for the option.
Yeah, there you go. So you got probably one of the best combat light tanks and the best stealth light tank in the game. Both you can buy.
Yeah. I mean, the L3, gosh, get my words out. The Soviet one.
Yeah, LT-432. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, you know what I mean.
That's the guy.
That's the one.
That guy.
That packs a punch for its size. It really does. So it's quite useful. It's quite a useful little puncher at the end of the game.
Yeah, and then you're stacking up missions. Again, more goodies
Yeah.
coming in because you're able to do the missions, especially the lower level ones. If you're new, you can pretty well get through a lot of those early. And I'm talking campaigns here, not necessarily missions, but it's personal missions / campaigns. You can grab stuff with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know, Marcus. I know. I am so itchy for Christmas because I'm like, well.
Somebody asked back there if I thought the boxes will change. What do you think, Pilgrim?
I
doubt it.
I would wonder why, because Wargaming know it's a money earner.
It works.
They do anything exactly.
Yeah.
And if they do anything different with it, although this is Wargaming, so who knows? But if they do anything different with it, it could end up, backfiring on them, and people just go, I'm not buying these boxes. I mean, particularly if you had boxes within boxes, the old nesting nonsense they had previously. So, no, I think...
Did we have that last year?
Was it last year? We had it at some point.
The nesting boxes. Did that happen last year?
Yeah. No, I don't remember it happening last year. I think
that was a different event, right?
Yeah, it wasn't Christmas, but they nested, didn't it? And it caused... Yeah, it was 2 years ago, wasn't it? Yeah.
That was a different event. That was the Waffentrager or some such.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Because there was a box event right after Christmas that was maybe the nested one. Was that maybe the Chinese New Year?
Yeah.
I can't keep track of it. There's so many things going on. You can also get a premium out of bonds, but of course you have to get to the tier where bonds are created, which is some 9s, the reward 9s, and tier 10. So if you can get a tier 10 and you're okay at the game, then you can start cranking bonds out, and eventually you can come up with a premium out of bonds. Although none of those are super great, some of them are decent.
Yeah. Oh, the thing is with bond tanks as well, or with bonds, is that if you were around when they give the big the big giveaway, which they did earlier this year, didn't they? When they changed to 2.0, you probably are sitting with a lot of bonds. I mean, I've got 20,000 bonds on my free-to-play account, and I've only got 3 tier 9s on that account.
Diablo. Sorry, Diablo, did you leave yesterday before we gave the news out about pets?
Oh, we might have done.
Diablo says, I hope they add more dogs for me to spend money on and dress up.
Yeah, they are.
Ask and you shall receive, my friend. And we think that's going to be part of Christmas. Oh, you missed it, dude. They're adding pets.
Oh, yeah.
And the pets will do things for you. Give extra credits. Exactly. There'll be different kinds, and they'll have
credits for having a dog on your tank.
they'll have different benefits.
Yeah,
exactly.
If you get a poodle, you'll get extra. You'll get extra armor. If you've got an Alsatian, you'll get extra power to your shells. I mean, it's all worked out. You know, if you've got a lap dog, then you'll get a special session to get your nails done downtown at the nail bar.
The Vorpal rabbit. The Vorpal rabbit. Exactly. Yeah. I think the pets might be the start of that whole thing. Might be the whole Chaffee and Christmas deal. So more than likely, I wouldn't be surprised if he was. I was going to say free, but probably not exactly free. There'll be some way to get him, I think, and then he'll be a bonus pet that you can have. And then they're going to start releasing those in some way. How you get them and what they cost and whatever is unknown at this point, but it is in this patch 2.1. So it's something that I haven't seen a lot of data about it. Like, were people using them in common test? I haven't seen a single video about the pets, so I'm not really sure.
Were they? They were in common test or super test? They were in common test, weren't they?
I think they were in common test for 2.1. Yeah. They were in the patch notes, right?
Yeah, that's right. We looked at that. Yeah. It is.
So that's potential. So I don't think the boxes are going to change, guys, much.
Right, here's a complete tangent. Get away from animals for a minute, please.
Okay.
Here's a complete tangent, because I need your sage advice and the advice of all our experienced players who are in the... and non-experienced, because they might have an opinion on this.
I hope this isn't important, because you're in trouble if you're expecting sage advice from me.
Well, there we are. I will try. I will try to interpret whatever you say as being sage advice. I am sitting in my free account with a tier 9 stock Object 257, which, sorry, not stock, fully upgraded. Object 257 tier 9 is, we all know, is the lead into the IS-7, probably one of, and still quite OP tanks in the game.
Okay.
Why is the Object 257 such an abysmal piece of rubbish ever played? Or am I playing it incorrectly?
I liked it. I liked it. I think it's pretty good.
I am sitting at 38% victory rate, this thing. It is not doing me any favours at all.
How many battles?
Oh, crikey. Let me just go into the stats.
I mean, like 20 or 10 or something?
Got stats.
You're just a low sample size, I think.
It's 30 battles at the moment. 30 battles.
Okay, so so that does indicate a bit of struggle with it.
Because it's got that sloped front, I'm tending to face rather than angle. And I am getting penned by everything. I mean, ELC 90 pens me. I don't know. What is it?
Well, it's got a pretty big lower plate, even though it's a pike nose. It's got a fairly big... Diablo says turn sideways so the spaced armor can save you in the weird angles.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
So, try to hide the low, especially the lower part of the pike, and then give them weird angles.
Right.
See, just kind of always be shifting them around a little bit. Don't let them kind of aim at your various flat places, and it bounces like crazy. It's a silly tank.
Right, that's what I'm doing wrong. I'm sitting there thinking, this is a beast hold down because of the pike nose. Everything's going to bounce off it. Yeah. So instead of facing, I need to do the angles with it. Okay, I get it. Yeah, okay. Hey, that's cool. I did not know that. Thank you, everybody, and the experienced and non-experienced people on the chat. I'll
Yeah.
try that. I've already finished today.
I mean, mine sits at 100 battles. I ended up with 66% and 1100
Okay. Oh,
average
all
experience.
right,
So I did pretty well with that.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah. No, I'm
0.7 for
struggling.
armor use. So it's not quite super heavy armor, but it's very much IS-7, IS-3 armor where you just
Yeah.
can't really allow them to aim in. So don't be still. Don't go, ooh, I got armor, you can't pin me. And I'm not talking about crazy movement, just a little bit of movement. Just sort of make sure that the angles are always changing.
All right, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's totally. I was playing it totally incorrectly. You know, I was just playing it, pike nose to the front. You're going to ricochet everything, and then they were penning everything. I was like,
Yeah.
really? How does that work?
Yeah, I get caught
How
out
does that
by
work?
what Diablo's saying all the time. I'll have a tank that has heat, and I'll come right up against the side of even the Object 752, the 257, the IS-7, with all the
Yeah.
spaced armor, and it looks like a nice pen, and then of course
Yeah.
the spaced armor eats it. So
Okay.
yeah, that's a problem sometimes because you're like, oh, my AP round or APCR standard round has a relatively low pen, so that kind of sucks. And the trade-off with
Yeah.
a low AP round is usually a very high heat round, but then you have the issue with spaced armor, so you got to really be careful.
Right. Okay. That's cool. I will make attempts at that this afternoon. I will not be doing.
Yeah,
40
just try to
battles.
force them to have a bit of a tricky shot.
Okay. No, that's cool. I see. This is the problem I have with pike noses when they were first introduced. I still have that mindset that sloped armor at the front. You know, you're having that pike. You're like, oh, everything's going to bounce off it. And I think I remember watching a Quickie Baby video when the first pike noses came out, and I'm trying to remember which one it was. It may well have been the IS-7. I don't know. And he was saying, right, yeah, face up, face the enemy. But yeah. Yeah.
Well, I
does
mean,
it?
that
Okay.
can work, provided they don't pen your turret.
So yeah, well, you've got the top of the turret, haven't you, which is a little bit weak.
The thing is, in this game, there's rarely a place. There's rarely places where you're able to just drive out face forward to them with
Face
cover.
forward, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
always a corner
Okay.
with a cover, so you're almost always coming out a little bit sideways. And when you come out sideways, that pike is flat plated sideways, and then that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a nice
That's
idea.
what I was thinking. Yeah.
It's a nice.
That's where. Sorry, go on.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just saying that those things are nice ideas that rarely that scenario shows up in game.
Yeah, got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because you see, again, this is my mindset. I'm giving a flat plate by angling the tank, but it's not, because there are so many weird. When I look at it now close up in the garage, there's so many weird angles on the armor
Right.
that you're definitely going to get bounces. Yeah, I can see that now. I do know that the driver's hatch is a weak point, and then of course the top of the turret is a weak point. So
Now
and
it
the
will
bottom plate-
also face hug pretty decently.
Yeah.
So here
I
it
think
is.
also-
Here it is.
Yeah,
This is the armor
yeah.
profile. So yeah, that looks really good.
Yeah.
That big old that's a pretty big one for a pike nose. Has one of the biggest lower plate things. So if you can cover
Yeah.
that. The problem is if you start doing anything like that, there's this, and that's even a shallow side scrape. You do
Yeah.
more. It's like that's just easy.
Yeah.
And then those hatches, I did collect. You will collect shots on the hatches because they're relatively prominent for a Russian tank, and there's one on each side,
Yeah.
so it's not
Yeah.
like you can hide one coming around a corner or not. So you just want to try to make the angle as difficult as possible for them.
Of course you do.
got the,
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, I mean, I don't know, it doesn't show it on the armor profile, but that driver's hatch underneath the gun, that is also a weak point. I've realised that as well. Although it's not showing as a colour, it shows grey. But you've got a
it does
little.
say, it says
got a
300%, but
yeah.
it's ricochet angle, so I don't know.
Okay.
Look, where's the spaced armor here? Doesn't show any actually. Oh, down lower. Oh, it's below there. Okay,
Yeah.
that's odd. Not really sure what's going on with that. Oh, it's this piece. Okay. Oh wow, I didn't notice that. That's okay. All right. So the upper piece is not spaced. Although it's
No,
decently
no,
angled.
no,
It's this piece right here.
Yeah.
Right above the tracks, and then of course below that, this is very angled down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So that's what Diablo's saying. It's
Yeah,
boat
yeah,
shaped.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's what he's talking about. This angle right here, that's
Yeah.
highly angled. So you need to
Yeah.
shoot it high, actually.
Yeah, you've got to hit high, just below the cupola.
Yep.
Sorry, just below the turret.
Yeah, he's right. Your reflexes try to get right here. Right on, like
Yeah.
you're trying to avoid
Yeah.
the upper angle. You're like, ooh, I'll get into the hole. Like, well, that's actually worse. So you really need to hit this line right here is where you want to hit, or the turret
Yeah.
if he's not pointing at
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
that's
see,
cool.
look how just sharply shaped that is, and then you've got that spaced piece right there that further
right, yeah.
further complicates shit.
Yeah, which is what I was what I say. It's boat shaped, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
V-shaped hull.
that's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
Okay, that's cool. Cool,
Let's
thank
see.
you.
I think that's it for. There's really nothing else here. You're just waiting for boxes, my friends, and we've been at it for an hour, so we're gonna take a 5-minute break. Most troll hole for pubs who don't look at. Yeah, it is absolutely 5 minutes, guys, and we will be right back.
Cool.
Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Now in the shadows came a mysterious chap who spoke in a tongue with strange dialect. He offered his help to the mighty Guido to bring some laughter to his love of speedos. To the coffee talk they both came to bring the message of winning ways to all and sundry and the masses. Yes, that's right, lads and lasses. The damage counts and flexing back will keep you on the right track. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. So in what, if you want to progress, then seek out Guido nonetheless. With his sidekick Pilgrim, he has a message that to win you must be aggressive. The position and place that you must
That lovely. Oh, I like that. Sorry.
Pilgrim's playing.
This
This is a new segment of the show where Pilgrim plays the game. We don't watch it, but we listen to him.
Yeah, I can share the screen if you want. Hang on.
What are you playing? The 257?
Yeah, and I just took your advice, everybody's advice, and a T30 bounced off me. So fucking unreal. Thank you, T30. You hate me with a vengeance.
Yeah, you're right, Gator. And it's only going to accelerate because they've released a bunch of them. When we get into the tanks, it's getting crazy. It's getting crazier. It's getting wilder than it was, which is saying something. All right, what else we got going in here, fellers?
Well, we're dying wholesale. It's the Valley, by the way. So
Oh,
I decided
nice.
to push the Valley, and everybody in my team has decided to die. Of course they have.
There are no rumors for Christmas, so I don't know anything about Christmas yet. And I don't know when they usually release the teaser, but it shouldn't be too far off. I'm imagining they're waiting for this battle pass to end, and then Thanksgiving probably, and maybe right after Thanksgiving, or maybe during Thanksgiving, we should start to get that stuff.
Well, when you say, I mean, there's no rumours about Christmas, but then what we've got to say is that Christmas is going to be fairly standard, isn't it?
I would
Change.
I would guess so for sure.
You know, boxes and all the good
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, nobody's looking at. If it was going to change significantly, there would be some form of blurb out there going, yeah, it's going to be this, scaremongering type blurb.
Yeah, I did see some of his video on that. I watched a bit of it. But I didn't really dig into it too deeply in terms of, what exactly he was saying. I noted something about he was saying tier 12 and how many lines. He was saying something like 3 lines a year. 3 new lines a year. That I'm not really tracking on that unless he knows something. We haven't seen a new line in a long time, really. Certainly not 3 a year, so I'm not sure where he gets that. All right, we got. Let me go ahead and click on this here. We have multiple new tanks. Somebody just mentioned it. They're already in 2.1. The Taurus Cat is one of them. What we're starting to see now are multiple special powers on one tank.
Yeah, that's frustrating, to say the least.
So this one is a 4-round auto reloader hydro pneumatic suspension with siege mode.
Oh man, oh man.
So not only is it an auto reloader, which is the one that's always in the fight, as opposed to an auto loader, it has siege mode for accuracy, I guess.
Okay, I'm out that game.
Yeah, no problem.
Sorry.
It's a wedge tank, and it's the British wedge tank, but of course it has an auto reloader on it. Okay. So we got that guy. Then, so here are some of these smaller tanks we talked about last week. These are probably the small tanks in the boxes. Yeah, no rockets yet, Gator. Soon.
Yeah, soon.
A tier 3 Beglite wagon. Another Striv at tier 3, probably box tanks. That's the Thanksgiving specials we talked about. Preload 2.1. All right, here we've got a twin gun TD with a turret. So Japanese are getting a 2-gun turret. Then we have another smaller tank, LT4, T15A. Then we have the Cromwell, another Cromwell variant, the Applique, which I guess has more armor on it. Probably slower. Then we have the T115, which looks like maybe a T-34 precursor kind of tank. That's the Battle Pass stuff we talked about. We talked about that. Another camo. We have the KB-50, which is a 3-round loading magazine. Tier 9. And now we have a Japanese Tier 9, which has a 5-round auto reloader and gun cooling.
Of course it does. Absolutely. Jesus.
And then the poor French are going to get just a heavy tank that shoots 1 shell at a time. It doesn't have rockets. It doesn't have gun cooling. It doesn't have siege mode. It doesn't have fast mode. It doesn't have an auto loader. It doesn't have an auto reloader. It doesn't have a reverse auto reloader. It doesn't have a 2-clip. I don't know what else is in there. It's just boring.
Yeah. It's just a French tank.
What a dumb heavy tank.
It's got 132 reverse gears.
So dumb. Then the Lorraine 120 Albi, which has a 4-round auto reloader, whereas the other French TDs have an auto loader. This one has a French auto reloader. Now, are there any French auto reloaders out there?
Well, TDs wise, you got the Foch, haven't you?
No, they have auto loaders.
No, auto loaders, not reloaders.
I don't think there's a French tank with an auto reloader yet. Now they have one.
Very nice. Good for the French. Not that they'll know what to do with it, eh?
Well, I don't know if it's the reverse auto reloader or the regular auto reloader or the... What's the other... There was one other special auto reloader out there now. Is it the British one? I can't even keep track of it. There's so many different versions of auto-loading, reloading systems. This is the well-deserved reward I was talking about, so... Haven't logged in the game since... On December 2nd, all of your well-deserved reward tokens will expire. So that's probably a pretty good indication of when the well-deserved reward is going to happen. Early December. French tier 11 is both. Yeah, that's true. That's another special way. You're right, because you can interrupt it. Yep, that's right, Grindel. 100%.
No, I got it, Stickler. Guido didn't.
What's that?
When Stickler said reload in reverse, it means that you're running away.
That's
When
right.
you were reloading.
You can reload in any direction with them. They prefer reverse.
Oh, right, I've got the results of that battle. Well, unbelievable. What good advice. I caused 2,228 damage.
Okay.
I bounced 2,630, just angling the armour. Wow.
Nice.
And that was in the valley on Lakeville, so that's cool. We lost. Of course we did. But I'd rather have a game like that, which there was only, it wasn't a rollover, there was only 4 enemy tanks left at the end of the game.
Yeah.
So we did our bit, and I had a good battle. You know, I will thumbs up that sort of battle, even though it's defeat, because it felt like I contributed and had a little bit of fun with it. Because
Right.
it was quite funny to bounce an IS-7 and bounce a T-30. I was like, that's great advice. Yeah,
Yep.
cool. Cool.
All right, I got a good dad joke for you. Ready?
I'll go on. Yeah.
Did you hear about the troop of mimes who were arrested?
No. Tell me about it.
They created they committed unspeakable acts.
That is such a dad joke, isn't it? That is such a dad joke.
Speaking of jokes,
Of
here's a medium tank 8, the Jezvik, with a 6-round auto reloading system,
course he is, yes.
which bizarrely has the same amount of time between each shell.
Does
It
it?
only does 180 damage though, so at tier 8. So at 6 shells, it takes 3 seconds between each to reload, but it only takes 6 seconds to reload the whole magazine. Very strange.
So cumulatively, it would be quicker to offload the whole magazine and then reload, wouldn't it?
Well, even if you offload the whole magazine, you're still going to shoot every 6 seconds, but you're only going to do 180 damage.
Yes.
Now, if you reload, if you load all 6 of them, which takes 36 seconds,
Yeah.
you can drop 180 every 3 seconds for
Oh, okay.
for
Yeah,
15 seconds.
Yeah.
It's got
That's
-8
gotta
gun
be
depression. Of course it does. Not very accurate at 0.35. I mean, its DPM is not high at 1788, and its burst really isn't that high either at 180 alpha and 15 seconds to get the burst out. What's 6 times 8?
48.
48. So 1,480 burst in 15 seconds. Not even really enough to take out.
No.
I guess you could take out a tier 8 medium if you penned them every time.
Yeah, you've got to pen every time. That's the thing as well, isn't it? So
And maybe close to some
fairly
heavies.
unrealistic. Yeah.
Could probably take most TDs out with that, but you'd have to pen each one of them, and it'd take 15 seconds to do so. Kind of an odd one. How fast is it? 50. So they got that thing.
Not a lot going for it, is there really?
Then we got a tier 9 premium. Don't know what it does. TD. Oh, it's a TD with 570 alpha at tier 9. With a turret, it would appear. Another turreted TD. The Ogar turbo mode. I think we're getting into what we talked about last. Yeah, these are the ones we looked at last week. Point with all that, guys, is they're absolutely just, as somebody said in chat, they're just chucking tanks at us.
Which sort of you then wonder what's Christmas going to be like. If they've got this amount of tanks in the pipeline being thrown at us. I mean, we did talk about it last week. What's going to be in the boxes? Could be anything. Anything that's in common test now. Put it that way.
Yeah, a lot of those were super test tanks, but there was a number of them that were released that were listed.
Are the files out on them already?
Super test. Yeah, there was a list of stuff that was released. Maybe I can get to it further back here. But most of these are super test tanks, though.
All right.
There's one in here listed they're releasing it without it having been in super test. I don't remember which one it was. It's crazy though. Just so. Yeah, it might have been the Saryuta. Let me read this real quick.
All right.
No, I don't know if it's that one. Yeah, with the release of Update 2.1, the Saryuta, so that's the double barrel Japanese TD, so it's in 2.1. Along with all those little tanks. I think the Taurus Cat is also, I'm pretty sure the Taurus Cat is one of the Christmas tanks.
Yeah.
And I think the Saryuta is as well. But we don't know. We don't have any confirmation on any of that stuff yet. When did they... Let's see this. When did... Launch trailer for Holiday Ops 2025 on November 29th.
Right.
Last year.
Yeah.
So maybe the 28th, something. Maybe, oh, Black Friday. Was that Black Friday last year, I wonder?
What? Yeah, it may have been. Yeah.
November 29th of last year was Black Friday.
Yeah.
Yep. So if they follow form, it will be this coming Friday, the 28th, will be the release of the trailer. So there you go.
Well, that'll be interesting then.
That'll be the first info on what's going on with Christmas Ops. And then pretty quickly after that, I think Well-Deserved Reward came in the next week on the 2nd. That makes sense, of December.
Yeah.
So that's the Tuesday or the Monday, whichever one they're going to do. I don't know what the 2nd was last year. That means probably a Monday, I think, based on that. Let me refresh my memory here. Yep, the Monday was the 2nd last year. So this year it's the 1st. Yes, the 1st. So potentially 28th release of the trailer. Well-Deserved Reward on the 1st of December. That's next Monday. Not this coming one, but the one after. And then off we go. The garages showed up like a week later, like the 4th or 5th.
Yeah.
So I think probably the 4th of December would be the garage start.
That's the...
Advent calendar will start on the 1st.
Yeah.
For whatever that was worth. So 28th, trailer, Friday. Monday, Well-Deserved Reward, probably the Advent calendar. And then Thursday, probably the 4th, the garage.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe that's when they'll start selling the boxes on the 4th?
Possibly. Yeah, they would, wouldn't they? Yeah.
I think when
Because they're already 4 days in. Yeah.
Okay, actually, when did Wargaming... December 6th. Was that
Which was a Friday, wasn't it?
So the 5th for us.
Yeah.
So it looks like Friday the 5th. First Advent calendar on the 1st, the 28th, the trailer. The 1st, the Advent calendar and the Well-Deserved Reward. The 5th is the garage and the box sale on Friday the 5th. That's my guess. There you go.
Yeah.
Then spend that money. Or something.
Have you got? I think we spoke about it last week, didn't we? You got a full house this year, haven't you? You've got extras.
We do. Or Thanksgiving. We're doing Thanksgiving on Wednesday actually, because the daughter's flying out to see the boyfriend's family for actual Thanksgiving. But Christmas we're gonna have a full house.
I was telling the House General about. It's the first time, I believe you said it was the first time that your daughter's boyfriend is going to be over for Christmas.
Yeah.
Am I right in that? Yeah. Okay. So, and the House General was saying, and how does Guido feel about that? And I went, I think he's going to be the typical dad, meet him at the door and go, stare him steely-eyed in the eye and, give him, sit there, son, let me talk to you. Go the den. You know what I mean? You'll be going the den.
Well, I have already met him. Yeah. He has stayed once already. They came and visit, yeah, but I don't think we've ever had. I guess maybe my son's ex-girlfriend was here last Christmas. Now that I think about it, but I don't think she was here for Christmas Day. I don't think.
No. This maybe will be your first time.
Yeah, this may be the first
big family thing. Yeah.
Yeah, first family thing Christmas family thing that's had someone else around.
Cool.
It's all good. It's all good.
Well, I see. The thing I had with my future potential son-in-law, my daughter's fiance now, because she's engaged, is that he's 6 foot. I want to say 6'10". I think he is. He's 6'10".
Wow.
So I have to stand on a box to look in his eye. So that sort of takes away any impact I might have on warning him off about anything.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Because he'll just go, yeah.
A box?
Well, a large box.
You mean a box on top of a ladder?
Yeah. I basically he stands outside. I go upstairs and stand in the back window and look him in the eye. So anything I say to him, I tend to get patted on the head. I mean, it's impractical to be steely-eyed to a 6'10" monster. You know what I mean?
Jeez. Yeah, but your punching level is about right.
Oh, it's about right. Yeah,
it's right in the.
Yeah. I can make sure I get no more grandchildren. Put it that way.
I think 2 crates, Cliffy.
Yeah.
Actually, Grindle got that. Nice.
Yeah.
I stole it from Grindle.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that. That's pretty funny. Well, fellas, the Gators sucked last night. That was.
Really?
Yeah.
You were saying before we came on air that it's been in the doldrums for some time now, hasn't it?
3-8 this year.
That's not good. That's not good for anything. You can't get advertising revenue. You can't get the good players to come to you and all the rest of it. Nightmare.
Well, I went to bed, Cliffy. I couldn't stand it anymore. What a disaster for ABC. So the SEC, which is the conference that they play in, is arguably the best conference. If you're Big Ten, you probably want to argue, but don't even start. The SEC is definitely the best conference, best teams. So ABC has a big contract with them, and that was the game of the night. Saturday night football, the Gators in Tennessee, and it was just dumb. I felt for the 2 commentators because they were just trying to find things to talk about.
Oh wow, that bad. Wow. The thing is, you can't. If people are being absolute idiots, you can't talk the game up, can you? You can't. As a commentator, what can you say when the team just keeps making mistake after mistake after? And if it's looking like they're not even putting the effort in, then what can you say? What can you say? No, hard. But I guess after half a dozen beers and a bite to eat, who cares? Go to bed early.
So let's see who is Indiana beaten. Nobody. Oregon, good win. Nobody. Illinois, Nobody. They have 2 good wins, Oregon and Illinois.
Wow.
Whatever. And so that's 2 ranked wins. Ohio State, I think, is even worse. They've beat, they dominated Rutgers, sure. Nobody, no ranking. Nothing. Illinois, so they both beat up on Illinois. Nobody. Oh, they got Texas. Good job. Early in the year. Texas and Illinois. That's
Wow.
oh man. And then what about like I think oh that's not everybody. Games. All right, hold on. Here we go. And then we've got Texas A&M, who's third for some reason, who's beaten South Carolina, barely, noted, 22 Missouri, LSU, Arkansas, again, not ranked. So do they have any ranked? Maybe they don't even have. I thought they played more ranked. So they've beaten Missouri, Texas. So they've also beaten Texas.
Right. Well, so here's the question from a complete.
See, this is stupid.
independent-
This is dumb. This is really stupid. There is no freaking way A&M should be behind either Indiana or Ohio. That makes no sense. I didn't pay that close attention to Texas A&M. This is dumb. This is really dumb. They beat Notre Dame, number 5. They beat Missouri, number 19. That's two ranked teams. Wait a minute. I'm looking. Hold on. I'm mixing years. I got to pull my head out of my butt here. What am I doing? What is going on here? October. All right. Sorry. Let me get to the right year. That's important. All right. Notre Dame. I was correct there. So they beat Notre Dame early in the year. I remember that in September. They beat Missouri. All right, that's why. So they've only got 2 ranked wins. Notre Dame and Missouri. So now I see why they're third. Because theoretically, Texas is a better win. Whatever. And they do play Texas. So that will improve, provided they win, that will improve the pedigree for them. For Indiana has who last? Purdue. Nobody cares. So that's not going to help them other than they need to win. And then Ohio State has nobody as well, right? Who's their... Oh, actually Ohio State has to play Michigan, so that will improve their pedigree. And that's always a good game. So you know, who knows, it's at Michigan too, so that's a trap game for them. That could hurt them. Just about, Leaf fan. We're doing football stuff now. That's how far.
So here's the question. Here's the question from a non-participant. Do you have? Is it state? Oh, what's the word? Figured out. You know what I mean. So will you ever play New York, or will the Gators ever play Chicago, or is it all southern states?
So that's a great question,
Midwest?
and it's a complicated answer. The conferences used to be regional.
Right.
So
That's
the
the
Southeast
regional.
Conference was teams in the Southeast. You had the Big Ten, which tended to be kind of the center north of the country. Had the Pac-12 Pacific, generally people over on the Pacific side. The WAC, the Western Athletic Conference, was kind of the middle western states. And while that wasn't a perfect description, that was the general idea of it. That no longer exists because they've done a lot of moving around. For example, you have the ACC, which is the Atlantic Coast Conference, used to be kind of the center Atlantic Coast area.
Right.
Is it UCLA or one of the California teams is now in the ACC? They're literally on the Pacific.
Oh, okay. All right. So they're going to be playing East Coast games.
The SEC has expanded, and while generally it's still kind of the Southeast, you got teams all the way out in Texas. You got Oklahoma, which is not exactly
Yeah,
the
well, when you were
southeast.
saying Michigan and places like that, I'm thinking,
Yeah.
okay, so
So
that's not exactly south,
the
is it?
teams do generally still exist in the regional area that a lot of these
Got ya.
conferences exist in, especially the core teams that haven't really moved away. But it's kind of all over the place.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right. Okay, I mean, I'm only assuming that, you see, we've got, with soccer, it's slightly different. We have a tiered system, the same as you guys got, but it's a national thing. So although we have local conference leagues, actually nobody really plays in them apart from little local towns play each other.
Right.
So all the primary teams, get me words right, they're all national. So even from the Premier League, League One, League Two, all of those are across the country. But we're so much smaller than you that it's not such a huge impact.
But they're
on travel.
attached to cities, though, right?
Yeah. Most of them are. Yeah. You get a few. I mean, we've got Ely City, we've got Norwich. They play in the lower leagues, the conference leagues, and the local leagues. But the main players, because I can't imagine the Gators having to travel to Chicago to play. I mean, you're talking like 2 nights overnighting.
They still do. I mean, if they go to Oklahoma, they got to fly there.
Lots of travel.
Yeah,
Oh,
oh, yeah.
okay. Well,
In the middle of the school year, so they definitely travel.
okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's
absolutely.
interesting. Yeah.
And if an Atlantic Coast team has to go out to California to play, is it UCLA?
Well,
guys?
yeah,
That's
absolutely.
Atlantic
Across the
Coast?
country, isn't it? Yeah.
I want to say it's UCLA. Syracuse, right? They're out in California, I think. Stanford, California.
But you don't have. Do you have like a national league that everybody is in or not? No, too big to do that.
Well, now you're starting to ask questions that kind of cross from college to pro.
Oh, of course it is. I'll keep thinking. Yeah,
Yeah.
you've got college and pro.
Right. So
yeah,
college is a whole nother.
Yeah.
It feeds the
Yeah.
pros for sure.
Yeah.
They are very much kind of separate things. For
Okay.
the pros, it's also kind of regional-ish,
Okay.
but it's more attached to cities. Although there are conferences, so you've got there's technically two, because there's one league, 2 conferences, and 3 divisions in each conference.
Okay. Right, yeah.
Yeah, so
Starting to make
it's
sense.
got that
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on. So the divisions play, and then the champion of the divisions goes to the playoffs, and then there's a couple
Yeah.
wild cards, because obviously if you have 6 champions, then you have to add 2
You
more
need-
in there
yeah,
for a
you
bracket
need to
system to
equalise
work
it, yeah.
correctly. So
Yeah, absolutely. A little bit like I guess your World Series for baseball and stuff like that is organised on a similar sort of line. isn't
exactly.
it? Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, and what's funny is you got Major League Baseball, MLB, but there's actually
Yeah.
2 leagues, the American League and the
is
National
there?
League. Yeah, that's weird because they're
Yeah.
all in the league, but there's technically 2 leagues that are in the same Major League system.
Right. That is complicated.
Yeah,
Wow. Who works that out?
but it's all from, like Cliffy and the guys are saying, it's all from just changes over the years. The stuff, people move around,
Yeah.
things happen. They kind of conglomerate. Because I think baseball was actually had two very separate leagues at one point, and there was a coming together. I don't remember when it was, 30s, 40s. I don't remember. Maybe even later. I don't remember when that happened. Same thing with football. Football had 2 actual leagues that came. That's why there's a National and
Right.
American League, or no, sorry,
Right.
AFC and NFC. I think there was 2 football leagues at once, but I don't remember.
Right.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Yep. But point there is the Gators sucked, and they're doing nothing. They're not even going to a bowl. No bowl for you.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no tickets to buy. Oh, dear. Well, I guess if they've sacked the coach and they're working with an interim coach, how are they going to attract a good coach to the team? If they're
So that's a great question,
They're not
and that
committed.
is the actual drama that's interesting with LSU and I think are the 2 main teams, the 2 big-time teams with coach issues. Both need a coach, LSU and
Yeah.
Florida. And they're both kind of
Oh,
going
really?
after one
Okay.
guy. They're both going after a guy named Lane Kiffin.
So it's going to be down to money, isn't it? It's going to be or whatever the benefit package is. That's
that
gonna
and which
sway
team
it.
he thinks he can get to a national championship. I mean, he's
Yeah,
done
yeah,
great
yeah,
things in South Carolina, and they were sort of on the edge, dancing around. Maybe we could go to the championship at some point, but more than likely, it's just kind of too small of a program to get the money and the firepower they need. What he's done with it is amazing. That's why they both want him.
Yeah.
Appears to be a good
Yeah.
coach.
Has he got as far as he can then?
I think that's kind of the consensus. I think obviously if
okay.
you're a South Carolina fan, you're saying, oh, sorry, Ole Miss, not South Carolina, Ole Miss.
Right.
I think if you're an Ole Miss fan, you're probably like, hey man, you know we can do it. Just stay with us and keep working it. But he's done 10 seasons in a row or something, which is outrageous for Ole Miss. Ole Miss has been pretty good, but 10 win seasons, like that many in a row, that's good.
So you can't do much better than that. So it's time to move, I guess.
I think that's the
Start
consensus.
getting project in place.
Yeah. So go to a big time program that's
He can ask his own price, basically, can't he? If he's been chased by two teams, you got to say.
Again, great comment, but I don't know, because what some of these programs are running into is they've bought out several coaches that didn't perform, so they're sending a lot of money to guys. That's guaranteed money. So at some point, you got to look at that and go, do they really have that much money? Like, what are they offering, and like, what can they scrape together? It's kind of the Wild West with all of that money right now.
I mean, great contract if you can get it, but I do wonder why we have contracts in place that pay people for being sacked. If you don't perform, you'll still get paid. Don't worry about it, because I can't see what the incentive is.
Well,
to do
in
well.
business, the incentive is that the person's so bad or causing so many issues or not performing well enough that buying him out is cheaper than that person staying and losing you more money.
Yeah, I get that.
In the football context, I guess the idea is he's not winning. We're losing money because of all the things that come around having a winning program.
Yeah.
Even though a lot of tax money's going to some of these programs, if they're not a private school, that's a little more squishy, because there's also the idea of all of the boosters, so former alums throw money at these schools. So it's very shadowy and shady, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It is.
I can imagine. Yeah, I can imagine.
Yep, and then they're paying players as well, so you throw that in there. It's like
Well,
the guys are
I
commenting,
mean,
it's crazy.
and all the overheads. Yeah, exactly. The overheads that go with any sporting team. It's you've got to have the facilities to train in. You've got to have the ground to play in. You've got to have the equipment, the kit. I mean, it's not small dollars, is it? It's not.
Yeah.
It's not tiny cents. It's a lot of money. Yeah.
That Belichick thing is weird. That whole thing is bizarro land. Yeah, he was the New England
dollars
Patriots.
to Belichick's girlfriend to stay.
He's got like a
losing
20-year-old
program.
girlfriend
Wow.
who's 70 or something. Is she 30, 30? I don't know.
Wow.
And she shows up. She's down on the field. She's at practice. And while goofy stuff like that is a distraction, if you're also winning, then you maybe overlook it a little bit. Problem is they are not winning.
No. So I mean, every fan who pays his $50 ticket is going to be questioning why is she even in the program.
Oh, 100%, man. And when you're losing, that just amplifies the megaphone on it. All right, what's going on?
Oh, dude. Yeah.
And it would be weird even if they were winning.
Yeah.
The whole thing would be bizarre if it was, but they're not. They're not winning. So now it's bizarre and a massive distraction.
Yeah.
So
not healthy at all, that is it.
When they hired him, I thought, well, that's probably a good move. Who knows? Maybe he's got something in the tank. He'll bring kind of that winning attitude there, and the professionalism, and the just get it done thing. But he didn't bring the just get it done. He brought the girlfriend. I don't get it, man.
Of course he did.
It's
He's
weird.
70.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Special K is like, I love it. I hate those guys.
Yeah. Do you get... So the coaches, are they generally ex-players that have gone pro and then go into coaching?
Not
or
always.
Are they...
Not always.
Are they professional coaches
Some are.
from the beginning?
Some.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those some kind of things. I think they're almost always former players at some level, whether it's college or high school. I think it's probably more common to at least have got to college level of play for a coach.
Right.
I would venture to say the vast majority are former college players. But there are some, like I think the Miami coach, what's his name? I don't think he ever played football. If he did, it might have been in high school. Mike Daniels? Is that his name? Did he ever? Now, he came up. He came up on the stats side of the game.
Right. Okay. All right. So he's
not
obviously
Mike
a professional
Daniels.
coach. Would you say, as opposed to a professional footballer who went coach?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
That's McDaniels. Mike McDaniels. McDaniels. Mike McDaniels played football. Well, is that the same guy? He played wide receiver at Yale. What do I know? There you go.
Okay.
There you go. Receiver at Yale.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that, I mean, but it is a progression route. that
I
you
think
can
so.
do
I
when
think, like I
professional
said,
sport-
yeah.
Yeah.
I think the vast majority were college players at least, if not pro players. A lot of the pro coaches
Right.
are former players. There's a significant number of, especially the mid to younger guys, are former players.
Yeah, because you're only limited in high level sports, sporting venues, sporting footballers, soccer players, baseball. You're sort of limited to how long you can keep going for and still be effective. So
Yeah.
by your mid-30s, you're sort of written off because you can't keep at that sort of pace at that age. So obviously that, I say obviously, but it is an avenue you can take to stay within the sphere of influence and the game that you love.
Yeah.
To become a coach, and I get that, but sometimes I wonder whether ex-players make the best coaches. I think having a professional coaching business where people are taught to coach from day one, not necessarily having played the game, isn't such a bad idea, And I think most people will go, oh no, you must play the game to understand it. Well, no, because if you're a wide receiver on the field, you're not seeing the whole picture. You're only seeing your part of the game.
I think it definitely helps to play. You get more respect out of the players, I think, if you were a player. And Cliffy makes a good point there. Basically, when I say the vast majority are from college, generally they didn't make the pros, which I don't think makes you a bad coach, obviously. And then they'll get in, they'll be an assistant to an assistant, or they'll be the special teams assistant coach. But it'll filter them. I mean, I know a lot of those guys probably go in there and they never get past assistant. But the good ones continue, and eventually they'll get a head coach position. So it's like anything. There's a lot of coaches out there, but there's not very many at the top level doing college and pro and winning. Because even with all the top college coaches out there, not all those programs are winning.
No,
that's true. So that's a whole nother stratification. Yeah, you got a head coach job at a college that you're probably a really good coach and probably had some success at a lower level somewhere, obviously, to get hired. But not all of them succeed at the college level.
And I get that, Obru. Yeah, you get. I mean, there are. You see, well, I'm slightly biased in that we've had players that go through my team, which is Liverpool Football Club, who were the world's best players at their particular position.
Yeah.
And they've gone into coaching and they've made absolutely zero impact on the coaching career. It's such a shame because they have such a high stature as a player and they become nondescript as a coach because they just don't have that coaching ability to make other players, bring out other players' best skills, if you like. So it's a funny old thing, isn't it?
Well, then there's that guy that came over there and did so good, that Ted Lasso guy that was coach over there.
Yeah, absolutely. He did well, didn't he? Oh, man.
That's a pretty funny show, actually, though.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, that show.
Yeah.
I thought that was a documentary. Does that not
It
That
does
didn't
feel
happen?
like a documentary. No, I don't think. I doubt it. But who knows?
Well, that's the other piece. You got the back office doing the managing side of it, as far as
Yeah.
all the player stuff,
Yeah.
the scouting, the bringing in players, all of the background financial situation. So there's a lot of jobs. Like I got a buddy's son who is, he's at SMU. He's an assistant. He played high school. He never played. He was a pretty good high school player, but he didn't play for college. Probably could have for a Division III, but just didn't want to do that. But he is doing special teams because he was a kicker. He played a little bit of, he played some defense, but he was also a pretty dang good kicker. So he was out in Plano, Texas, in one of the big schools out there, and kicked for him and played some defensive back. Again, didn't go to college to play, but now he is an assistant special teams coach. So that's kicking and kick coverage, receiving the kick, all that stuff. So that's kind of where he knew and understood and played that, and that's what he got into, and that's where he is
got
now.
into. And it's quite interesting that because of the size of American football teams, because you've got your offensive and defensive team and so on and so on, that it is possible to have more than one coach. So you have
there's
specialized
tons.
coaches.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, generally in soccer, you have a coach and an assistant, or a manager and a coach, maybe. The manager has the final say-so on everything, including tactics, and then the assistant coach goes in and does the one-to-ones with guys.
Like how many players are actually on the bench on the field? How many suit up for?
Well, you've got 11 players, but depending on which competition or league you're in, you can have anything up to yet another 11 players available. But so if you're in a cup competition, you can have. I can't remember exact numbers, but you can have certainly like 5 or 6 substitutes, if you like, on the bench.
Okay.
To replace. If you're in the league, you may only get 3 or 4, depending. I can't remember the exact numbers, but it's
so
not
up to say 22 guys.
Yeah, maximum 22, and that'll be for like World Cups or European Cup competitions or something like that.
Yeah,
so you can select your 11.
Yeah.
And have a nominated number of substitutes. So it could be 5 or 6 substitutes, but your overall makeup, you could have 24 players in the team, which you select from each week. Right. That's how they bring the young ones up from effectively the same as your college or high school to college, is that they have training academies where they have youngsters come in 18, 19-year-old. They may never get a full team game until they're 21, so they sit on the bench for 2 years, but they're learning all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the football team's got 22 just for starters on offense and defense, and that's never mind some of the special teams that have dedicated players. Someone said 15 to 20 coaches. Yeah, you've got the head coach.
Gee.
I don't know if we have we don't necessarily have just assistant head coaches. I don't think the assistants are all over something else. So you have an offensive coordinator, a defensive coordinator generally. So those are kind of the 2 main assistants, one on offense, one on defense. Sometimes a head coach does two jobs, depending on if he's offensive or defensive minded or whatever that happens. But then you have all your other assistants, offensive line, defensive line, tight ends coach, wide receiver coach, running back coach, defensive back coach, a linebacker coach. Then you've got the special teams coaches.
Do you see how, in my mind, convoluted that could become? Is that if you're all on the same mission with all the same goals and the same, when you set down team tactics, then okay, your head coach will lay out the team tactics. But if you've got individual coaches giving individual coaching to various members of that team, where and how on earth do you tie that all together as a team tactic?
Well, see, I don't. The assistant, the various assistant coaches are not really calling much of anything. Sometimes one of your so that's where your 2 main coordinators come into. Your offensive and defensive coordinator is the filter through which all those offense defense side guys filter through to go straight to the head coach. And oftentimes the coordinators are actually up in the box because they'll be looking down on the field and have a better general overall. Some like to be on the field. I think a lot of them like to be further up where they can kind of get a big picture. And they're calling stuff down. Defensive guys calling down defensive schemes. Offensive guys calling down plays if the head coach isn't calling the plays. So it depends on the head coach and his relationship, et cetera. So there's a lot of variability in there. But the various coaches during the game are responsible just to make sure that all the personnel are doing what they're supposed to be doing, available
so
when they need to be available.
It's focused on the player's skill set as opposed to the player's tactical integration within the team. So your kicker coach is all about how to get the best out of the kicker as opposed to getting it what part of the team play is that going to be. That's more your...
Right, and being ready. You're like,
right, I got it.
Coordinating with everyone else and understanding that, hey, we're on third down and we don't have a lot of time. We're going to run one play and then we have no timeout, so we're going to have to run the play. It needs to be an out of bounds play, and then you got the kicking team has to get on, get set, and go in the 25, 30-second play clock, that kind of stuff. And that's what they're all communicating with each other on what has to happen.
No, that's cool. Oh, that's good.
It really is for American football. It's very, people sort of bash it because they think it's slow, but there's a lot going on tactically.
A lot going on, yeah.
Because everything's a set piece, right? Every play is a set piece. Yeah. So whatever scheme and routes and your defense and your handoff of defensive priorities and assignments, like on both sides, it's really there's so much going on between, especially at the college and pro level, on who's out there, where all those pieces of all those chess pieces are going to go, and then you run that one play, and then you do it again. Yeah. Well, from ball hike to the end of the play, everything it's just this burst of energy, and then it stops. And then everyone's setting up the pieces again, and then they go, and they just everything freaking.
See, that's where, and I'm not being funny, but that's where if I was to sit down and understand American football properly, that's where the interest for me would be, because then you could try to figure out what the team is planning when it sets itself up. Yeah. Albeit the play is the play, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, being brought up with pre-play games, so they're just pre-play. You have your tactics, you have your set positioning, but the player is free to roam the field to do what he needs to do as long as he's sticking to the tactics. Going into a considered skill type game that you like American football, it would have to be you would have to start very young to learn it in and out. For it to be interesting for me. Right now I could never sit and I probably could have tried, but it's such a daunting task to sit down and try to understand what's going on because because you have all this sort of planning that goes into that 30-second burst of activity on the pitch.
Yeah, I mean, it helps to obviously it helps to play it because then you have a general idea. But if you watch it a lot and get into it, then you just a lot like soccer. I can watch. I can watch soccer, and I get it. I sort of understand the general idea of it, and someone does something like, "Ooh, that looked pretty good." But if you sit there with somebody like you who really knows the sport, you'll see stuff I don't see. Like, oh, that guy shouldn't have done that, or there was an opportunity missed, and I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. It's just guys running around kicking a ball, from what I can tell.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy free play.
Yeah, Cliff. Yeah, generally it's about 5 seconds of play, 5 to 10. 10 seconds
really?
is a long play.
Is it that much?
Because if you drop back for a pass, they want that ball out of your hand within 2 to 3 seconds. 2 to 3. Actually, less than 3. 3 seconds is a long time with the ball. Like you're considered.
Wow.
You're considered. You're slow in getting the ball out of your hand if you're hitting the 3 second mark. Somewhere in the 2s. So it's hike 1001, 1002. Boom. You want it. Yeah. It's boom. Reads gone. So within 2.5. If you're holding it 3, they do all the stats. 3 is, dude, you're slow. You're gonna get sacked.
Wow. Oh, that is absolutely mind-blowing because I'm so used. See, my game was rugby, always has been, as well as the side of soccer. But it doesn't equate to American football. People think, oh, rugby's a bit like American football. American football's a bit like rugby. Apart from the fact everybody smashes into each other, contact thing, there is no comparison. There is absolutely so. There's no free play in American football apart from the guy that's running to the end line. Is that the free?
Well,
play?
I mean, this play does not start until the football is moved. So when the football is hiked, then the play's on, and then the play's over when the football is out of play, essentially, which is multiple ways. It gets thrown out of bounds.
Okay.
You in college, if your knee or elbow hits the ground, then that's a dead ball.
Really? Okay, so you're dead ball it, yeah.
In pro, if you fall down, you can get back up as long as you weren't tackled down.
Okay.
So if you fall on your own, you can actually get back up and run. You can't do that in college.
Okay.
Or the ball goes out of bounds, or the runner goes out of bounds. So until they're tackled or the ball is out of play in some way or dead, then and that doesn't take long. It takes 5-ish seconds, really. I mean, a more than 5-second play, other than somebody running down the field for a while, which if they break free and it's a long run, it'll take them a while to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's so interesting. No, that is interesting.
Yep.
Wow. I didn't know that. I really didn't know that.
Well, fellas,
yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it.
I appreciate everybody coming by. We're gonna move on with our days. How about that? Should we move on with our days?
Let's move on with our days.
Yeah, let's move on with our days. Let's go raid somebody. You guys come on over and do my fence for me.
Yeah, that's what you need. You need volunteers.
Voluntold.
Yeah, voluntold.
Oh, this guy has a 24,000 gold giveaway. Hindenburg. I'm sending y'all there. Go get the gold. Let me know if you win.
Okay.
Hindenburg.
Probably some insane competition. We've actually got somebody doing World of Warplanes, the Noble Q.
Really?
Really?
Nice.
Yeah, he must be on his own with all the bots.
Well, Pilgrim, thanks for coming by, man.
Pleasure. Thank you for that.
Everybody else have a fantastic week. Next week, we should start seeing what's going on with Christmas, and then we can complain about that. That'd be awesome. Laters.